All right. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? You are now in the no judgment zone with yours truly, Sean Taylor. I got my co host with me today, the ever faithful and loyal, right there with me. My boy Brandon Lampley. He is here today. The insightful Brandon Lampley, the well articulate Brandon Lampley. I mean, he be putting down some gems. So we want to talk about today all the places I'm streaming. We're streaming Twitter, FNIP, FIMP, TaylorMade Training for You. All the places that we're streaming right now. YouTube, Gwen's Boys Mindset. Good morning, everybody. You are now in the No Judgment Zone with Sean Taylor, discussing topics with no judgments. Again, discussing topics with no judgments. Today I'm kind of, it's kind of tough. Yesterday was hard for me, so I didn't do any posts. I wasn't on no social media doing anything like that. I normally post something in remembrance of my mother, but yesterday, man, it was just too hard. It was too much. The weight was just a little bit too heavy. So I kind of just just stayed up under the radar when it comes to that. But the title of this message is certain things takes time to get past, so you go at your own pace. Even when nobody understands. That's not the actual title, but the title is I don't laugh at nobody struggling or doing bad, because those tables can turn real quickly. And so something that, my therapist, we often, discuss, how people can be sympathetic or empathetic to your situation, or not even understanding why is this person still struggling, So 2019 was my first year from first Mother's Day that I had to spend when I wasn't, pretty much living in the same state, or being deployed or in the military or something like that without my mom. So it was a huge struggle. I mean, pretty much, when I was in the military in different countries or deployed or whatever, I could always pick up the phone to give her a call or something. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of hard when you can't do that. It's a struggle. And what's even another struggle is a mother going without a child. You know what I'm saying? That that's got to be a tough for a mom to bury a child, especially son or daughter. A mom's bond with her son is just something that's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying that, not to take away from mom with the daughter, but there's some women out here who are struggling with not having their kid. That no matter what age it is, it's kind of unprecedented, or it's just very a bizarre thing that seemed like it's out of order for a mother to bury a child, especially a young child, a child that hasn't even come into their own yet, whether that child is a baby or a teenager or in their 20s or whatever the case may be. That's got to be a hard thing. So my advice to people, listen, go at your own pace. It doesn't matter if people don't understand it. What matters is the people that you have in your corner, the faithful few that tries to take the time to wrap their heads around it, just to be there for you. Sometimes you will feel you got people around you, but you still feel alone. You still like you're on an island by yourself. I was doing a lot of posts on Friday and Saturday because I had my daughter with me, and that really did help, because she kept me laughing, she kept me occupied. But when Sunday came, and she wasn't there, it was a struggle. It really was a struggle. And it's something that I'm probably going to continuously struggle with. I saw a buddy today, man, and he's one of the good friends of mine. He's into the fitness field, man, and his mom and dad are gone. So, and we were talking today. He lost his mother in 2017, and I lost my mother in December of 2018. So we were just talking back and forth, and I just had to check in on him. You know what I'm saying? To make sure he was all right. I was just like, man, I got to check on my boy, see if he's good. And when I saw him, we were talking about it, and he a big dude. You know what I'm saying? Big dude, man. So he's like, he his face, the tears start welling up, and for alpha males, uh, Tupac had the song, Thugs Need Love Too. People
Yeah.
think because of your hard exterior or your hard upbringing or gangs in the jail
Yeah.
fighting, you are a solidified, authentic, tough dude. You ain't got to
Mm-hmm.
speak tough or anything. People can look at you and be like, you know what? That dude look like he done twisted a couple of necks back in the day or something. I ain't finna mess with that cat. But just because you see that outside exterior in alpha males don't mean that them dudes don't need love, man. They don't need affection. They don't need attention. They don't need concern and care. You know, guys need that stuff, man. And it's hard for a man who is struggling, losing a child, losing a mom, losing an uncle, losing an aunt, just losing certain things, man. They go through mental stuff. I internalize things a lot.
And
I
that's
don't,
not good.
and it's not, and
It's
it's
not
it's not
good.
good. And my therapist says it's not good. And I talked to her, and I said, listen, I've always had to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have nobody to run to. I didn't have that guy, that dude to run to. So the things I ran to people in the street or whatever the case may be or whatever. But a lot of things, man, that deeper dark side, because I hate to admit that, but a part of me, a percentage of me has lost faith in the human spirit of people. So that
Yeah.
trust factor, I'm just being real with myself. I'm not going to sit up here and try to pretend to be something I'm not, because I did that for years and it got me nowhere. It hurt me more than it helped me.
Yeah.
But the transparency and acknowledging who you truly are, that's where your growth actually is going to stem from. So you can work on those things that you suppressed, or work on those things that you retracted, or work on not having faith in the human spirit of people. You know what I'm saying? Because I can be there for people and people can't be there for me. These are things I've lived. I can be loyal to people, but people ain't been loyal to me. I can be there 10 toes down and they ain't 10 toes down for me. So for me, my situation, my journey is a little bit different, because my mom always told me, boy, when you love hard. And that's why I don't get close to people. I'm not gonna get why not, and that's why I would brush people off or stay to myself, because if I'm gonna love you, if I'm gonna love you, if I'm gonna be 10 toes down, you got a bona fide soldier on your team. But then when that's not reciprocated, that's when I fall back and be like, that's where the faith of the human spirit of people. I'm like, you know what? That's why I do what I do and move how I move and talk how I talk.
Yeah.
Because my circle of people who I know that's gonna be there for me 10 toes down, whether I got a dollar, don't have a dollar, have a car, don't have a car, have a place, don't have a place. So in a situation, I know those faithful few, and they have never let me down. But everybody else, I'm like, nah, bro, nah, you fall back. I kind of, I'm like, it's a long handle spoon I keep in my pocket.
Yeah.
So for me, again, to understand a man's path and understand a man's journey, you got to take the time to really get to understand that man. And that's the thing. People, they assume, and when they assume, their assumptions are always loud and always 100% wrong. B, what's your take on that, man?
I feel that 100%. That internalizing things, that's what leads to that proverbial, as they say, monkey on your back, because it
Right,
weighs on you. I mean, it's just something you carry around. And not only is it heavy in your day to day, but it's also eating away at you very,
right,
very
right,
slowly,
right,
very slowly, and over time, it's going to leave you bitter. It is. It's going to leave you bitter, especially like you said with people and how they want that they're not there for you. and you've been down for them, especially when somebody experiences loss specifically.
Right,
I
right.
understand that, all situations don't call for the reaction some people may want, because some things will happen and people want you to react differently or whatever. But when it comes to loss, I mean, I don't think you shouldn't question anything about how somebody reacts as far as loss, because everybody processes things differently. A matter of fact, I had lost my grandfather, and the young lady who I was with at the time, she basically told me I had a time limit to get over it, Sean.
What?
Yeah, yeah. She's like, all right now. She's like, I'm giving you about a week or so, and then you got to go back to normal. It's basically what she said, and it was so that right there is just so I'm like, I would never have told her that. And, her parents, somebody passed, shoot, her dog could have died. I wouldn't have told her that.
Right.
But that's people. That's the people you just described. The people you're talking about. The people that when there's no more tailor-made fitness, Gwen's boy mindset, when there's no more of those things, and it's just Sean Taylor, those people skedaddle.
Oh yeah. Now that's 100. That's 100% right there. That's 100%. So, um, you know, it's yesterday was just just the build up to it. You hear it on the radio, TV, grocery stores, convenient, everywhere you go, you just boom, boom, boom. You're just seeing it. You're just seeing it. You're just seeing it. You're just seeing it. You're trying to deflect it, but you can't because it's everywhere. It's very saturated. So you just kind of, I like to call it just thug through it. So I thug through a lot of things I feel every day, and I don't voice a lot of things because the military has taught me to just not complain, just to shut up and get the job done. So
Yeah,
I take that what the military has told me, just shut up and do it. I take that as a code that I live my life by.
yeah,
Why am I going to complain about something and whine and bitch and moan about something that I know it's already got to get done? It's like people waking up, oh, they got to go through all these things about work and I mean they complain throughout the day. There's 100% of complaining and maybe 2% appreciation or
yeah,
thankfulness just for life itself. They waste so much negative energy in the complaints opposed to the appreciation. And my mom, she told me something. She's like, "How can God bless you with more when you complaining about what you got and you're not even appreciative of the good things in your life?" Like a good woman or a good man, your kids are good, you got a job, you got money in the bank. I mean, you know, there's some good things that you're not even focusing on because you're so engulfed and so involved in the negative. So,
yeah,
Gwen used to say all the time, which is my mom, she used to say all the time, every time you look at a situation, always look at a situation, boy, it could be worse.
yeah. Every
You
single
know,
time.
yeah, man. So, uh, for all the mothers out there who are for any mother out there that doesn't have that have lost a child, my heart goes out to you. And again, like I posted, you go at your own pace, regardless of whether people understand it or not, because the right people are going to be there for you as you're going through it.
Yeah,
And always keep in mind, God is not going to put nobody in your life that's going to leave out of your life abruptly or quickly. That's not how he moves. The people he put in there, they he put people in your life that are going to be 10 toes down through the BS, through the miscommunication, through the misunderstanding, through the arguments. They're going to
yeah,
be there for you 10 toes down. Quitting on you is not never an option in their mind. Abandoning you is never an option in their mind. Everybody, we talk about what we want in life, and we want this and we want this and we want that, but you ain't got no fight for you. You ain't got no fight. You don't fight in nothing. You live by the rule that you're perfect. You don't believe in redemption or second chances. I mean, that's not, and that dude forgives you every day. So people not seeing the big picture of what forgiveness truly means. True forgiveness is not to pretty much, oh yeah, I forgive you. but I'm going to bring that up 3 months, 4 months, 6 months later, or 2 weeks later. That's not true forgiveness.
Yeah.
You've given that person fake and false forgiveness. You lied, and you're not even owning up to that lie. You're not even man or woman enough to own up to that lie because you keep bringing it up. Imagine if God brought up every single thing that he proclaimed that he forgave us for, but he keeps it at the forefront and throw it up in our face at
Mm-hmm.
his disposal or to use at his advantage.
Right. I mean, we be in some trouble right now, Sean. I
We'll be
mean, I mean, absolute trouble. Let me get some of these comments. See,
go ahead.
you got some more. You got more Twitch people, man. So your Twitch started to take off. See, I
Okay.
can't pronounce some of these names on here, but someone said thank you a lot, man. Somebody said you changed my mind. They say Fameless. Say respect, straight, stay strong by another person. And Lisa Reed says the healing isn't linear when it comes to loss. People that don't take the time to understand don't deserve to have a place in your life. Yeah, no, yeah, they don't. If they don't understand, or if they're being like they're being selfish, like you're the one who is going through something, but then you especially you going through a loss and they throwing up some other issue that they're going through. How insensitive is that? I'm already going through something, person. What? Why are you bringing up whatever it is that you're going through when you clearly see I've already got something heavy I'm dealing with?
Right.
Don't play hot potato with me and throw that in my lap. Go deal with that on your own for right now. It's not that. Hey, I understand you go through things, but respect what I'm going through at the moment, please.
Right, right. It again, that thing should be always reciprocal, man. Because after a while, even good people get tired,
Yeah.
and it's like I posted, man. There's a lion inside of me that I keep sleep on purpose, and sometimes you got families and friends of just people who would just take your kindness as a weakness.
Yeah.
And when you get tired, when that keeps happening, you're gonna wake that lion up. You see that lion I like to use the analogy how you just the lion is he normally quiet. He doing his own
Mm-hmm.
thing. He don't bother nobody. But you got the jackals and the hyenas. They be nudging him and grabbing his tail. He's steady walking by his business and in reference just talking to him any kind of way, treating him any kind of way. And he's steady going to business. But every now and then, my mom used to say this: that lion has to show them that I'm that lion. And when
Yeah.
he awakes, he is destroying and eating everything in his path. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit too late to get scared now because you wasn't scared when that lion was sleeping, just was all right, okay, it's on me, it's my fault. All right. But you kept messing with that lion, taking that lion's niceness for granted. Now he awake now. And he going to,
Mm-hmm.
and now what he gonna do? He gonna eat.
Yeah.
It's too late to be scared because you wasn't scared when he wasn't reacting, or she wasn't reacting. Now, because there's a lioness too now. There's a lioness too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, be careful with people who just they be nice and they be quiet. Because when you find out why they quiet, you're going to find out why their volume stays quiet when they get loud.
Yeah.
And it's going to be too late for you to
Yeah.
get scared now. Because that's, in the words of John Witherspoon, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. I mean, it's going to be a little bit too late.
Yeah.
And I like to paint these analogies and speaking these type of metaphors so people can actually get the breakdown of it. There's so many different dynamics and ways that you can do this. My mom has always taught me, don't never take a kind person for weak.
Yeah.
Don't ever take that because they kind to you because they love you. I mean, they genuinely care about you. But when you wake that sleeping lion and they get tired of your nonsense, ain't nothing gonna be able to help you.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle talked
Nothing.
about that.
You pretty much gonna be on your own.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle talked about that. He said his mother told him, she said, "Son, you have to be the lion first in order to be the lamb that you really are. You know,
What do you say that again, B?
his mother told him, you have to be the lion before you could be the lamb that you really are.
Right,
So yeah, yeah, because in order for you to be the lamb, to be this reserved, relaxed, chill person, don't bother nobody, you got to show people that you're a lion. I mean, it's
right,
unfortunate that it is that way, but that's what it is. And another person, Patrice O'Neill, what you was talking about when the lion finally reacts, how people act, and he was talking about men and women working with each other in the workplace. And you say, like, women get away with stuff in the workplace all the time, but as soon as it's a man, it's like, he said, men and women working together in the workplace is like a bear working with salmon. He's like, the dynamic is off the charts. He say, so as soon as you say something to do something out of the way, they go, HR, it's a bear doing bear things. Huh? No. You started this. You sparked this off. Now that line is going off, now that he's tearing a hole in your posterior, now we got to put the lion down. Now we got to put shooting with the tranquilizer. Matter of fact, don't even get
right,
the tranquilizer. Go ahead, get the gun. Let's shoot. He has to be put down. He's a menace to society. But wasn't 10 minutes ago you just nudging him with the stick?
right, right, right,
Yeah.
right. That part. Now, I like that you brought up that, but there are some cool, dope women who get along way more with dudes than they do with females because they feel as
Mm.
if a lot of women together, they just it's always something. I've heard
Caddy.
women say that. I've heard women say that for
Yeah.
years.
Years.
For years, because they just
Mm-hmm.
rather not deal with the nonsense and the drama. And I think it's very amazing thing to hear a woman say, "I'd rather get along with dudes than females," because a lot of them keep a lot of unnecessary nonsense going. That constantly challenge that chatter like a bunch of schoolgirls about, just all kinds of stuff. So, and then I get that because I can get what they're saying because I'm a dude. You can put
Mm-hmm.
like I can have a bunch of dudes in here right now training, and man, we talking about sports, nothing. I mean, we laughing and talk. There's no conflict. There's no drama. There's none of that, man. We jigging at each other, we joking, we laughing, we talking, hey man, about this business. Man, just like when you come.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we talking in between sets about current events and stuff like that, just laughing and just shooting it. And it can be like that, but it can be like that with women because there's some cool, dope chicks out here. It could be like that, but it's not always like that. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not knocking, one thing. Listen, man, this show ain't about talking down about females, man. There's such a misconstrued misunderstanding, you know, of getting certain messages across. What we trying to do is just pretty much help men and women. If you
Yeah.
missing the message because of your depiction or you're too busy judging instead of trying to comprehend and understand, that's not me and Brandon's problem. That's your problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I'm.
we ain't coming at that like that. Because again, it's a true statement. It's factual. You can't refute it.
Yeah.
You can't argue with it. Intelligence will never get offended by facts. Never. It never
Never.
does. It's like, man, I need to take that because a woman who's open-minded is going to take that as like, that's going to make me better. I didn't know that. Because I've had women that come in my DMs like, thank you for that. As a woman, I'm looking at things from a woman perspective, opposed to just trying to put my shoes in how a man would feel. And that's a problem. And the biggest disconnect is that we don't put the shoes, we never step in out of the person's shoes to see how that feels. To see if I'm treating him a certain way, and if I'm being non-affectionate and all these things for him, blah, 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 how would I feel if he did that daily to me? And vice versa. You got a good woman, she on point with her stuff constant. You ain't even gotta ask. She on point. But then you take advantage and take it for granted. How would you feel if she did that? So if you put yourself in a place of the other person, my mom has always said that you have to have an open mind to do that, because closed-minded people ain't gonna do it, because it's 24/7, 365 days a year, every second on the minute, every minute on the hour, all about them, because they're closed-minded. And they wonder, closed-minded people always wonder why things ain't working. Well, you ain't open-minded. It's all about you. At
Yeah.
some point, it never should get at a point to all to be about all to be. It should be all about you, because karma is a mother. It's going to come back. And that, man, I used to hate when she used to tell me this. B, my mom was like, always treat people the way you need to be treated. Because let me tell you, God looking at everything you do, and you gonna pay for it. You can play Mr. Tough Dude all you want to, Mr.
Yep.
Hard Bad Boy Thug. You can play whatever you want to, Sean. But all that nonsense of how you treat people, how you treated these women, how you talk to them in your marriages and stuff like that. Oh, that's coming back, bro. It's gonna run. She say, Sean, we all have to pay for that, even if we are justified. God will say, oh, you can be justified all day. That's not what I told you to do. But but you're gonna go ahead and get this spanking because you finna go through a drought right now. You finna
Yeah.
go, you finna wander in the wilderness for a little bit because you treated people the way you wanted to treat people because you felt like you could.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna treat you differently based off what I'm going through. Because that's not, first of all, it ain't fair. How can you just, it ain't fair, it's not right, it's just not. But people
Yeah.
do this all the time. But my mom's always in my ear telling me, hey, treat people right, treat them with respect, treat people right, treat people. So I'm like, because I'm like, man, I think I done paid enough. And I'm still paying for wrong stuff. So my thing about it is that just because you ain't done nothing maybe dramatically bad, just how you talk to people on a daily basis. Look, man, that stuff gonna come back around, man, and you ain't gonna be able to handle it.
Yeah.
Nine
Oh yeah.
times out of 10, they can't handle what they dish out back in return. Everybody trying to be hard, man. That's not impressive, man. And ladies, don't being hard. You ain't impressing. You don't impress dudes when you try to act like dudes. I mean, you don't impress dudes when you try to be so hard all the time. Because dudes don't need that. We need
It's
softness.
a turn off.
Well,
Absolute turn off.
it's a huge turnoff. So we have to learn to just treat people how we want to, and death is inevitable for everyone. There is somebody important in your life. If you have not lost them, it is inevitable that day is going to come.
Yeah.
Remember how you're going to feel and what you would need or what you wish or hope you would have when your turn comes and you lose a mother or you lose a child or you lose a father. Remember that your turn is coming, but remember how you treated those who lost, how you treated them, because it's coming at your doorstep. You don't. And here's the thing: you ain't gonna know when or where. It's gonna sucker punch you, and you're gonna be going through all those things, and you're gonna wish you had somebody there in your corner to be there for you, 10 toes down, man.
Absolutely. Life is about people. It's not about you. It's not about places. It's not about things. It's
Right,
about people and the relationships you have with people. Because, hey, everybody's going to want somebody in their corner, like you said. So
right,
if you're not cultivating those relationships, it's all about you. You're a selfish person. When you're at your lowest, you're going to have nobody to grab to because nobody's going to want to be around you. I mean, I see it all the time. I see people right now, ones who are, they're my age, and I watch how they treat their family, treat people around them. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, you in your early 30s now, you still got this attitude. You treat people like crap. But what's going to happen with as you age? Because you're going to get worse as you age. I
exactly.
mean, you're going to get more set in your ways. You're not going to improve. Your attitude is not going to improve. Your patience is going to go down. All of that stuff. It's not going to improve. So who's going to want to be around you at that time when you need people the most?
Right, right, exactly. Quit saying, fellas, quit saying you don't need a woman. Yes, you do, bro. That's what God made them for. Women, quit saying you don't need a man. Yes, you do,
Yeah.
because you do not want to be like craving the need, because it's going to happen. You only human. You're not a robot. You're not the Tin Man going to the Wizard of Oz to get a heart. God made you human. You flesh and blood. As long as you got that heart, at some point it's gonna tug at that need of companionship and all that. I don't need. it's gonna come back to bite you. You can pretend to be the hardest person you can be, and you can say all what you want to say, but it will. Let me tell you something, man. Don't We didn't talk about that pride, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say it like this. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. God fights against the prideful. So you can keep being prideful all you want to. He gonna keep fighting you, and you're going to lose. You're gonna bend the knee at some point. Oh, you, and yes, you
Yeah.
too. You gonna break because you can't beat him. If he telling you I oppose the prideful, if I'm gonna fight you deliberately, you can throw as many body blows at God all you want to, but if if he says I fight against the prideful, that's a lose. You setting your own self up. You're gonna go
Yep.
through pain and stuff that you don't even on top of what you already going through because you prideful. Or he gonna break you. You gonna lose that. I tell man, just let go of the pride. It ain't even worth it at the end of the day. You ain't impressing nobody with that pride. You
No.
looking like a fool because people outside like that person. So you just let that go because of your pride. So you gonna let go of your whole good thing and situation because of your literally because of your pride? Is it worth
Yeah.
it? I'm just saying, man, because it's
Yeah.
pride is it's an ugly thing, man. If I would give up pride immediately if I was you. It's just not worth it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You can be proud and alone.
Yeah,
And that's everybody. That's men and women. That's
men
that's
and women. That's
that's
all of us,
everybody.
man. That's
That's all
everybody.
of us. You know. This isn't, because they, with Kevin Samuels passing, they talking about women, oh, buy a dog, die alone. No, it's men out there who are insufferable, men out there who are narcissists, men out there who
Oh
only
heck
think
yeah.
about themselves. Hey, and they've had whole families and my wives, people, all of that stuff, and they're old and alone,
And
and
alone.
nobody wants to be around them. It's not that don't just happen to women; that happens to men too.
That happened to men too. It happens to both sides, man. But at some point you got to wake up and be like, you know what? I'm getting older. I don't want to die by myself. I mean, I don't want to be totally by myself. I mean, who wants that? You can
Hmm.
talk that game all day,
Yeah,
but God here will come out your mouth, but that ain't what He looking at. He looking at what's in your heart. That you lying about what's truly there. It's in. You can say all you want to say all day, but we not even built to be alone.
no,
We not. That's why if that was the case, it would just be one species here on Earth.
yep, yeah. We
It'd be either men
reproduce.
or women, and
Yeah, yeah,
whatever. You
reproduce
know,
asexually. Yeah, we wouldn't.
yeah. So you have to really think outside the box, man, and you know, and check on your people, man, that that have lost somebody. I mean, check on your people that that lost their kid, man, and they struggling.
Yeah,
I mean, check on the mothers, man, because these mothers out here that then lost them children, man. I mean, they going through it. To be non-sympathetic and non-empathetic to a mother that's lost a child, man, you a black-hearted individual. I mean, and that dude that that lost his mother, man. I mean, Mother's Day, man. These people without their mothers, man, they struggle. Even if you see them, they act like they all right. They not all right.
yeah,
Trust me, if they had a close relationship to that mom, they is not all right. And then if they lost a child, you knowing you're right. Come on, man. You know in your mind they ain't all right.
yeah,
So check on these people, man. Check on them today. I mean, this was just yesterday. I mean, they ain't all right today. If they just stayed to themselves all day yesterday and they coming out and about amongst the natives today, they still not all right. Check on these people, man. Because man, your day gonna come. You're gonna want somebody to check on you. You're gonna want somebody to give you a phone call, shoot you a text, hey, you all right? But we get all so caught up into our lives, man, and it never hits home until it
yeah,
lands at your doorstep. And once it lands at your doorstep, let me tell you something, man, that loss, it's a mother. I'm gonna tell you right now, man, it's one of the most hardest things. It'll break the hardest dude down. It'll break
yep,
the hardest dude down. And I'm hard as nails. I can't beat it. Each
Yeah.
Mother's Day, I'm thinking, oh, I got this. Can't beat it. Trying to beat it. Still can't beat it. Fighting. Still losing. Got me up on them ropes, man. I'm like, man, somebody throwing the towel. Dude, throwing the towel. You know what I'm saying? I need some
Mm-hmm.
relief, man. This thing is kicking my ass. So my whole thing about it is, man, admit your shortcomings. Because not all of us
Yeah.
got all the answers, and not all yeah, you could be tough, but come on, man, you still human at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Shoot, I haven't experienced loss to that level. I was with Melinda yesterday, cooked her some what we did. Oh yeah, teriyaki, shrimp, salmon, fried rice. They did like stuffed bell peppers and stuff. We had a good time. Had my aunt over there. Auntie Pam. She don't have any children, but dude, she's watched and cared for all of the kids in the family, so she's like a mother herself. And one of my mom's friends. Just wanted to spend time with them. But the closest as far as that type of loss was, of course, my grandmother. That was that was tough. That was tough. It's still tough. Thought about it yesterday. Still thinking about her today. Continue to think about her always, because I would love for her to be home right now, sitting, chilling,
Hmm.
and have me on the big screen watching me right now.
Right.
I would love it. Same with my grandfather, but definitely my grandmother. I would love to have her seen this version of Brandon, because I knew she would have been proud.
Oh yeah, most
And she would have
definitely.
been She would have been nudging me. She's like, "All right, now don't forget now. You are called to preach the word." She'd be trying to push me into the pulpit too.
I can hear her saying that too, man. I definitely
Mm-hmm.
could, man.
Yeah. Hey.
I love that woman to death, man. That woman right there, man, just was
Yeah.
sweet as pie, man.
Hey, don't forget, had me walk around the church with my Mickey Mouse watch, telling people it's time to be saved. Those were the days, man.
Oh man, I tell you, man, I miss people, man. I just do, man. I just miss, man. Every every Mother's Day, man. My mom, man, I could not get her. I could not get that woman to just break out of that Red Lobster shell, man. I'm like,
Oh,
man,
she was a Red Lobster. Okay,
man, she
yeah.
was killing me with that Red Lobster. I'm like, Mom, Red Lobster again? She was like, this ain't Sean's Day, this Mother's Day.
You know the drill. Let's go.
Listen, B, I was like, Mom, come on now. Your son making money now, so can you let me spend some money on you? Yeah, right here, Red Lobster. I'm like, man, I gotta eat Red Lobster again. She's like, okay, how many times you come to Red Lobster, Sean? Seriously. How many times you come to Red Lobster, son? I was like, never. She was like, only with me, right? She's like, you finna grin and bear. You finna deal with this, buddy. Hey, y'all go ahead and get us some food. Get the biscuit ready. That woman loves, man, I could not. I'm telling you, B, I could not get that woman to not go to Red Lobster, man. I'm like, golly. I said, Mom, Red Lobster ain't where it puts me. I said, Mom, this seafood is trash. It's hot, it's garbage. So I'm sorry, Red Lobster. I'm sorry, man, but y'all, things good in the day because they was putting all that work in. Now you're doing shortcuts, man. You can taste them shortcuts too.
You can taste the short. Yes. Like Golden Corral don't taste the same at all, dog. I don't know what's happened, but it don't taste the same. But I think that's what it is too. Those shortcuts and them trying to get food out faster.
Right.
It
just don't taste the same. I said, man, I put bleach in this shrimp. What's going on? Man, I was sitting there the whole time, man, and I be just complaining, man. I was getting on my mind there. Boy, if you don't shut up and let me eat my food in peace.
Yeah. Sure, hey, and I'm one of those. I'm one of those sons who I don't do surprises, man. I don't do that. Oh, let's surprise her with. No, I go to her straight up. Hey, what do you want? So I get exactly what she wants. Now she give me an idea what it is, and I can choose from the ideas she give me. But I need to know what you want, because my mother. She swears she's not very picky, but that thing is picky. Okay, so I'm not getting nothing, because I can hear her. I could buy something like she wants a table and chairs. I could just go get a random table and chairs. I don't like them chairs that go with that. I don't like the finish on the table. I don't. I don't want that. I don't like that color. I don't know. Now, if I buy it, she'll grin and bear it, and then she may get used to it over time. She like, you know what? She may end up liking it sometime, but she gonna complain about it in the beginning. So I was like, to avoid all of that, just tell me what you want.
You see, that thing is picking. So I ain't gonna say nothing to her today when I say I ain't saying nothing. I ain't gonna say, word on the street, you real big. she be like, Aunt Ed, you remember Aunt Ed stuff saying, watch it, sucker, watch it. Wait a minute now. You know, that's her favorite go-to when she tried to, right before she check you, she gonna be like, wait a minute now.
Hold on.
Watch it, sucker.
That's it.
I just bust out laughing, man. I just bust out because I know she finna go in. So I'm gonna laugh as she go in on me. I'm gonna laugh the whole time. I'm like, man, I don't even whatever.
Yeah. Hey, that's when you know, like, gloves coming off. Here you go, gloves coming off.
Light skin. Light skin gonna go toe to toe with you. I'm gonna let you know that. She gonna go.
Yeah. Hey, Lisa Reed say those Red Lobster biscuits are fire. Oh yeah, okay. The biscuits are good, of course. Yeah.
Not the Red Lobster biscuits. Hey. Now I ain't gonna lie. I agree with Miss Reed. Now that she right. Them Red Lobster biscuits are on point. They still good, but everything else, I'm like, hey, it's into question.
It's a toss up, huh?
It's a toss up, man. It's a toss up, B. But yeah, man, we gonna wrap it up, man. I just want to pay homage, to all the mothers. My mother. I just didn't speak. I had a post already. I just was in a different headspace yesterday. I just couldn't do it. Yesterday I was really struggling hard. And it's okay to struggle. It's okay to struggle, man, because your struggle just shows how much you love and miss that person. How impactful that person was in your life, man. So the grieving process, it don't stop. You know what I'm saying? It's just like my boy said earlier, as he was tearing up talking about his mom, and I just wanted to check on him, man. I was like, man, I feel terrible, bro. I'm sorry. He said, nah, man. He said, Sean, that's love, man. You checking up on me, man. And I'm sorry I'm getting emotional. He said, but he was like, man, I'm a mama's boy. I was a mama's boy. You know what I'm saying? You get this big old rugged dude, muscles everywhere. He was just like, listen, Sean, I was a mama's boy. I appreciate any friend that takes time to check on another friend that they know what they're going through because they're going through it too. And so I appreciate that, man, but just to hear, just to see him, the tears welling up in his face, let me know that, men out here struggle with things, so check on these men, and definitely check on the brothers who act tough. I mean, they're tough by nature, but they toughness, they feel as if they could just go through everything, man. You have no idea, just reaching out to them and just checking on their psyche, how that would touch them in a way and how that would make them actually feel. Because to have people in your life that never worry about your mental, never see, hey, how are you doing? No, but how are you really doing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it goes a long way for us men, because when you're not getting that and you're not receiving that, then you just feel as if you just this person that just hanging around and, nobody cares about you. So check on these men out here, man. It's okay. It's not going to take a couple of seconds out your day. Just make sure, you have no idea. Again, you have no idea just saying, hey, how are you doing? How that would make them feel. I mean, you would think I gave him $1 million a day, Brandon. I mean, seriously. Oh, yeah. So that lets me further know when men respond that way, it lets me know no one's checking up on them. No one's asking how they doing. No one's asking how they feeling. I would go a little longer, man, but I got a therapy session, man. I got to get to at 12:30. So y'all stay up. B, real quick, what's your final thought?
Oh, I'll say real quick. I'll piggyback off what you said. Just in general, and not even dealing with just loss or anything like that, but just men in general. When I come across men in my day to day, you
Right.
know, especially, black men, when I see them, they say, "What's up?" I always speak to them, conversation or whatever, because you never know what a 2 to 3 minutes of conversation could do for someone's day, week, month, year. You don't know, because they
Right.
could be dealing with somebody that nobody talks to them, pay attention to them. If you take time out of your day to have a light conversation, it could be about anything. People
Right.
see, like, I have my graphic tees, and they're like, "Oh man, I like the shirt." We'll spark a conversation. They'll see my hat. We'll talk about a Jaguar or something. Just that human interaction, which we had missed, because of the lockdowns and things like that.
Right.
I can tell, I can see how people, they need that interaction and how they are after that. Because you just don't know.
Right.
I had those days where I wasn't talking about it. I'm kind of down. I have interaction with somebody, and I'm like, man, I really needed that, and it keeps people going. And it's free. It's free, people. It's free. You don't have to charge for this. This is free, and it's easy to do. People, somebody want to talk, they're venting. Just let them vent. Talk to them, because you can make their day, man.
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna keep this one short and sweet, man. And this brother says this thing all the time, man. I mean, all the time. I had a couple of clients, man, in Houston, Texas, that met this dude. Um, and they was like, however you see that dude in the interviews, that's exactly how that dude is. That's exactly how that dude is at home. That dude is just like that. And I was like, really? And they was talking about The Rock. He says something, man. I hear him say it all the time. It's good to feel important, but it's even more important to be kind and nice to people.
Mm-hmm.
It goes a long way. There's nothing wrong with being nice and kind to people, man. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not gonna kill you to do that.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. Men keep that in mind, and women keep that in mind. Both. I'm gonna leave you guys with that. But listen, we got a good summertime slim down special going on right now. It's 50% off. Just contact me. You can reach me t4u.staylor@gmail.com. My website, tailormadetrainingforyou.net. You can, if you need to have a consultation, just put all your information in. The email comes to me and we'll set it up. I mean, you do not want to miss out on this 50% off, man, because, personal training can add up. So if you get a 50% off special, man, I like to give things back to the community, keep some money in your pocket with this crazy inflation and gas prices being $1 million a gallon. So
Yeah.
listen, I'm trying to think about the community. Capitalize off of, man, this is like a blessing that's coming to you. Capitalize off that, man, because when it's gone, you're gonna be like, oh, man, I was running a special, man. You just didn't jump on it.
Yeah.
That ain't my fault. I mean, listen, opportunity comes every often. You're gonna always have excuses, but you would never have a whole bunch of opportunity. So I'm gonna leave that at
Yeah.
that. And like I said, at the end of every segment, I'll start judging people once I'm perfect too. But since this brother is in no danger of ever becoming perfect, you never have to worry about me judging you. B, you it next time, man. So we need to offline at some point today get that your show, me
Well,
or you.
yeah, we got to talk. So I'll call you. I'll call you right now.
All right, man. So I only got a couple of minutes for you, but shoot, give me a call, man, and we'll
Oh yeah,
chop it
it's
up on
quick.
that one.
Yeah, it'll be quick.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.